What's going on, everybody? It's Chris here, back with another video. It's gonna be a live stream. As you can see, I know you feel the shift. I know these past couple of days, if not weeks for some people, it's been a little bit up and down. Things collapsing around you, things getting picked back up. Yep, that's astrological too. The shift in your emotions, in your job state, your family state, huge crash, and now you're trying to recover the pieces. Coming to an understanding what's going on. Here's the good news. You survived. You survived. That's the good news. Moving on. Now, we are currently 23 degrees into Scorpio season. We are in the middle of fall. We have reached the peak because it is Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius that make up the fall seasons. We passed the 15-degree point of Scorpio. Therefore, we are currently within that 22-degree mark. We are still within the range of the peak of the fall season. And obviously at the peak, that is where the best of both worlds happen. And we are slowly falling out of that, going into the second to final act of fall season and how it is unfolding for us this time. As you may know, I do have followers on my channel. People do watch me when I make videos. I do give out content. And I know you've been feeling this stuff too. I know it's been happening in your lives too, all over the place. And right now for me, knowing that Jupiter and Neptune. Let me talk about that first before I go into the eclipse. Jupiter and Neptune are currently in the sign of Pisces. Jupiter was just in Aries just about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It has retrograded, gone back into the sign of Pisces. Jupiter takes about 11.86 months to go through a sign. Jupiter was already in Pisces. It crossed over into Aries, but since it is now in retrograde, it's going backwards. And now we're getting Jupiter returning back into Pisces in conjunction range to Neptune. Jupiter in ancient astrology and also in modern astrology, well, no, primarily in ancient astrology, was pointing to the same things that Neptune is currently pointing to in modern astrology. Now, what do ancient astrology, Jupiter, and current day Neptune point to? Dreams, visions, delusion, craziness, belief systems, religion, drugs of all sorts, medication, illegal drugs, all types of drugs. Jupiter in modern day astrology points to vast, huge, ginormous, excessive, too much, big, happiness, fortune. So we are going through this retrograde period. Jupiter will come out of its retrograde period and go back into Aries somewhere around early 2022. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it may be as early as January. We have about 2 months from the rest of November and all of December where Jupiter is still going to be in conjunction to Neptune in this sign of Pisces. Soon we'll go back into Aries, where it has been and the direction we have been moving. So if you've had any problems or anything that I've said, because I have too, I am currently back on medication. But the creator of the universe, God, whatever you want to say, has already ordained that we as a society, as a humanity, would be going through problems in that realm, or those particular type of problems. And we are given indication by this, by the placement of the celestial bodies in the canopy we call the heavens. Did I know this was coming? Yeah, I did. But we don't have control over how it plays out in our lives. But now let's talk about the eclipse. The eclipse, for all you don't know, is when the moon is at the other side of the chart from the sun. We just had a lunar eclipse. We just had a lunar eclipse where the moon, current sun is currently in Scorpio. The lunar eclipse is when the moon was in Taurus, 180 degrees away. Every time that happens, we're gonna have an eclipse. It was also, I believe, a full moon. So people already believe the full moon to have wild effects on people's emotional state, complete access, complete overriding people's emotional state. And it is true, when full moons are out, um, it tends to be more hospital visits from violent wounds. They have found that out to be true, actually. So an eclipse, a full moon, and Jupiter and Neptune all are happening. And eclipses, especially lunar eclipses, are supposed to affect the next 6 months of your life personally, the life of your family, the life of your community, and the life of everyone on the planet. 6 months. That energy will happen until the next full one happens. Excuse me. Now, in this event, I did up for a fact end up surviving. I did not let my delusions take me off the map. I didn't go fully quote unquote insane to the point where I done something I cannot recover from. And I've also come to realize um, you can learn from your mistakes. That's just also Neptune, and which is also Jupiter in ancient astrology if you use that. It is also your mistakes. Neptune is mistakes. And you can learn from your mistakes. The damage done from the last mistake can be lessened up until the time the new one or the next one will come. We cannot control whatever energy or the force of the wave that is coming to hit us. We cannot stop a tsunami from occurring, for example, but we can fortify ourselves for the next one to the point where it's not as big as an issue as it was once before. That is the free will of us humans, or that is what we can equate to being true free will, our ability to maneuver past problems, to maneuver past problems. Right now, I do not have full access to my computer. Right now, I do not have full access to my current phone. And when it comes to having visions and seeing things, people who consider themselves psychics and anything of that sort, I am considering myself a celestial scientist, but I do also consider myself a quote unquote bit of a psychic. Well, my psychic readings are just based on my observations of the world around me and concurrences I find in multiple different professional people's statements or everyday regular people's statements. If I find enough concurrences, it must be a truth in there. That's all that is. That's all that is. And if I cannot find a concurrence to what you're saying, it doesn't mean it's not true. It either means one or two things. One, I have not seen enough of what you're saying yet to agree with you, or you have not seen enough of what I am saying yet to agree with me. Therefore, disagree to disagree until further notice. When it comes to me being an astrologer, a hopeful one day celestial scientist, a current student of cosmophysics, I've come to realize that this lesson I learned this time, or I'm currently learning, has to do with my personal south node, because my south node is in Capricorn, and Capricorn as a sign is in a trine to Taurus, where the moon was. So how does this energy manifest for me, and how you can see if it manifests for you? I will say the same thing. Just go online, put in your birthday, and search up astrology, birth chart, natal chart reader. Just go on Google. Takes 5 seconds. Put your birthday information in there, and you got it. Just put your birthday information in there, and you got it. Look at that chart. Look at those bunch of symbols that I'm saying, and just look where the lines touch. Look at the colors. Look at the little symbols on the wheel. Just look at it, and just have it on standby. If you don't like looking at the wheel, look at the numbers at the side. You're gonna see anything from 0029 to 2959, and it's gonna give you different symbols on the sides for you to read. Just look at it for a while. Pick one thing that kind of makes sense to you, and just stick to that. Stick to that. They all point to the same thing. Just stick to the one little piece that makes sense to you. You're in the game. You're in the field. You're in the game. You're in the field. I need a haircut soon. I'm having my little Einstein cut. I got that crazy scientist haircut. Crazy. But yeah, I was trying to play with fire. I was trying to summon electricity, lightning, like in real life, like scientists do. I've always been a person fascinated by like Dragon Ball Z and things of that nature. I've always been fascinated by World War I and World War II, and hearing of all these weapons of mass destruction. Being a person who's lived in a world where I've never seen any of those things in my life, sometimes you might get delusional. You may believe it never happened. You may personally believe it never happened because the people who went through that life did such a good job at making sure it doesn't happen again. When you tell a story to someone about something you did and you've done everything you can to make sure it can't happen again, they've never. I can't tell you if that really happened, if it is real or not. I believe it is real. Side factors happening in my environment point to some event that must have happened to cause the world to be this way. I understand that, but I've never seen an atomic bomb. I've never seen a nuclear explosion. I've never seen somebody call a lightning bolt. Everything I see online on the internet is edits, Photoshop, old footage. I've never seen or been able to craft in my own life how to be able to convert mathematical thoughts and ideas into something that can physically happen in your real life. I've never been able to do that or see that. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I don't want to use it to hurt anybody. I don't want it to do anything bad. And I feel like you don't too, because I come from a generation who watches anime. I come from a generation who want to be superheroes, want to have superpowers. My world in my media is governed by Spider-Man, um, superheroes, Batman, Superman, Stan Lee, celebrities. People in my generation don't really care about the presidents too much unless it's meme related, and that's not a bad thing per se. That is the direction we are currently going, because you pushed us away from a direction that you personally know from experience has caused destruction. And this is talking to your elders, this is talking to your family members, this is talking to everybody that you know. Even if you didn't believe it, now you know this is how they think. This is how they think. You can't stop that. Same way they can't change how you think. You can't stop that. But I live in such an idealistic world, a world where people are trying to make the ideal situation. You cannot say this, do not say that, do not speak this way, do not speak that way. A world truly aiming and striving for perfection, something that they have never seen before, but continue to push their children towards. Stress It causes immense stress on a different level or scale. It causes mental stress. It is not a physical stress. This is where psychotic tendencies and mania comes from. This ability that you have to move the way we tell you to. There is no other option, and we will box you in and make sure you either grab you so you won't let go or throw you away from us. It's psychological stress. It's a stress you cannot see because it does not live outside in the real world. It lives well within a person's mind. And I feel the only way to bring that outside to be a middle ground where we can, even further our goal as a humanity to reach a quote unquote perfect society, or prepare ourselves to when they ascend after we die to a perfect society. For each and every single last one of us, we need to still be able to have solutions to solve the problems we have here and now. Here and now. I do not hate anybody of any particular race. I picked up racism as I got older. I picked up on racism. You can ask anyone. I was the most quiet kid growing up. And I believe a lot of you were quiet children growing up as well. And even if you weren't quiet, I don't want to necessarily say you were racist, do you? We pick up racism as we get older. We pick it up. But who can I blame for that? I have Pluto and Sagittarius. That is a hate of racism. It could have also been a hate of school. Two things that apply to me. It could also be an obsession with winning, obsession with luck. Three things that apply to me. Who put the stars in place? Who created us? Who put us on a subatomic level? That is the only person I can blame. But at the same time, you will never be able to do anything to that individual who did it. I don't want to blame the humans. I don't want to. I want to blame it on the outside source, but all humans say the same thing. It's impossible. We've tried it already. It never works. It never works. I cannot blame God. I cannot blame a prophet. The only person you're allowed to blame is yourself. We can't go up in our blame. We only could blame ourselves and push the blame down on something else. So I'm trying to find out a method to speak something into my reality, have somebody on this reality who can already make it, put it in their reality, affect somebody else's reality. Now we have created something in a sphere that we can all see and move collectively. Collectively. We can see, oh, this is all of our different problems put into one source. Okay, now let's work together to combat it. That doesn't mean perfection will be obtained, but it does mean we're still moving forward. We are still moving forward. I've also seen people are currently today afraid of Nazism. People are currently today afraid of war. People are scared of an outright, full on another a World War III situation. Ever since the beginning of 2020, where I think it was in Australia, like all the crops burned, and then there was that flash of like the first 3 days of 2020. Was it 2020? It must have been 2020, where everybody on the internet was screaming, "Well, we're about to go to World War III. We're about to go to World War III." It was a whole meme. We're about to go into World War III, and I'm like, I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to say now. I guess we were. I was gonna say, I guess we were, but there are a lot of smaller, insignificant problems too, especially with people like me. Um, we live under this ideal. If you grew up in a religious household or community, that you're going to get married at like 18 years old through 21 years old. You're not supposed to have sex at all in between that period of time. You will find the one partner, the one person that you love. You will live with that one person your entire life until you die. Have a family with that person. And if you're a male, that is supposed to be a woman. If you're a woman, you're supposed to find your man. Have kids. Anywhere from 2 kids, 3, even. You can even have a lot more than that if you want. Um, build your house, you know, have your job, probably have your farm, invite your other family over for dinner, for you know, to reconnect, reassist. You drive over their house for this Christmas, that Christmas. Their friends become friends, become friends, become friends, become friends, become friends. You spread out. Sooner or later, you have grandchildren that are marrying, you know, cousins, who have friends who are not related to you at all, but they found to be cool and are of the same belief as us. And life is supposed to wake up perfect like that. And when you find out that that is not the ideal situation, or that is not the way life works at all, it breaks your heart. It breaks your heart when you realize the world is not like that at all. And that's not how it, played out for your family, and that's not how it played out for their family, and it's not how they played out for their family. And it makes you angry at times. Why am I chasing a belief system that doesn't exist? If I was just taught as a child, this is how the world is, even would it not have the same effect? If I was taught as a child, this is how the world is, wouldn't that, toughen me out a little bit more to realize, okay, this is how the world lives, but we still somehow continue on, where cheating is a viable problem, where disagreements can end relationships, where money problems can define a person, where your status can define a relationship, where your belief system can define a relationship, where your all of these different factors can define a relationship. And we lust, we crave after, we desire situations that push taboo, where we desire situations where, oh, that is somebody who's in my family, I would like a relationship with them. That is a child, I would like a relationship with them. Like, these things don't happen, I would that is a parent, I would like a relationship with them. Like, these things don't happen in our society. Is it really more beneficial to teach your kid something? You're not gonna like I'm saying. I'm going to say these next words. Is it really ideal to teach your child that even though we cannot live up to this standard, we must push you in the direction to live that standard? And I would say yes, it is, because that if I were to say no, that would go counter my point that I made earlier. So yes, I'm on this path right now, and I cannot see the true end of it. But the whole point is to teach the ideal. And what's the best way to teach the ideal? What's the best way to teach the ideal if we're not going to drop it no matter what we do? Because that is just the course that we are running. We fix our relationships here, right now. But I've had so many different. I've broken so many things. I don't remember who I was first with. He did this. She did that. He did this. She did that. Fix it, boy. Fix it. It's fix it. Fix it. And if you're an older generation than me, um, I'm still here. You're still here, but I'm still here. And one day, whether you believe it or not, my generation will be the oldest there is. Your generation would have far faded away from our memories, and the only ones who would be left to remember you are the last people you currently are in contact with in your lifetime. It doesn't matter if you never really leave, you left. You're still here. To me, and whatever remnants are left of you are going to be passed on to them. But so it doesn't matter if it takes my entire lifetime. Sooner or later, me and the people in my lifetime are going to be the only lifetime currently here. And that we fix our problems, we run the game, we fix our problems, we handle our problems, we handle our problems, and we teach our children, and we help our children. Run through your problems. We're gonna run through them with you. I'm still not done fixing my problems, and I'm probably gonna die before all my problems are settled. But so will you, and you're gonna find a better way to do it than I will. That is how we move forward. That is how you make the ideal more real, and that is how you make what is going to be the new. Big solid Saturn foundation to the world around you. If you have a solid Saturn foundation to the world around you, it does not matter how delusional you get. If it never gets out, no one will ever know you even are delusional. And even if they will say you're delusional, if you cause no problems, it doesn't matter. If you cause absolutely no problems and you can follow the status quo rules and even add on to society, there is no problem. I do not believe in this belief that just because you have to be on medication, that doesn't mean stop taking your medication. When your family and friends around you start telling you, "Hey, are you good? Are you okay?" That means you're not good. You're not okay. You're breaking the status quo. You're causing damage to the overall production. Some people handle problems better than others for a myriad of reasons. But when you realize you have a problem and you manage that problem correctly, and you've come to accept the fact you have a problem, it's not easy. It can take years before you accept the problem again. My generation hates losing, bro. I took another L. I took another L, bro. I took another L. I took another L. I hate taking L's. I hate taking L's. I hate taking L's. Arrgh. I hate taking L's. Makes me so mad. I hate taking losses. But you know, you know, when you live in this society, the little things that people find banterous is banter. It's a back and forth can end up scarring the new generation because to them the banter is now the bad thing. Some people just talk aggressive to one another. That's how they talk.
Hello?
So calling somebody the N word was banter at one point in time. Killing somebody in cold blood in the street just because they didn't like your cowboy shoes or whatever was considered banter at one point. Taking 10 steps, 10 paces, turning around and then shooting a person for political power was considered banter at one point. An extreme variation of banter, but it was considered you can do that. It was considered that was possible. It was considered this is how we can do things. Bullying, racism. At one point, I grew up in a generation where being racist was a thing. I grew up in a generation where it was we made fun of each other, and you got merit for being a bully, an ignorant person, I forgot the words, bro. A malicious, ignorant person. Sooner or later, the word ignorant might seem like a derogatory slur that cannot be said anymore. So I do understand cancel culture because there are people like me who's been fucking scarred from that shit. Because you're not allowed to fight back, or you're older, or people from older generations are being will be like, why are they fighting? Don't they know we said fighting is bad? Stop them right now. And people who and youngins who understand the system that was set up for our benefit, there's always gonna be one or two few bad eggs that are able to manipulate it. There's always gonna be one or two bad eggs that always find a way how to manipulate the system, manipulate the plan, how to take advantage of the plan. That is the capitalist mindset. I see an opportunity, nobody's gonna stop me, I'm gonna take it. That's some Scorpio mindset. Persuasion. You see the opportunity, you run for it and you take it. That's some Scorpio stuff. Being in control is Capricorn. It's Capricorn. Banter used to make us laugh. We laugh at banter. It's not a bad thing to tell a joke, but a joke is fiery. A joke will start some crap. I'd like to curse too much because that's becoming a bad thing too. People are trying to slay. No more slurs. No more slurs. You cannot say certain words. You must speak at this particular tone and dialect. We consider that fair now. Libra, Venus, we consider that fair. We don't want you talking like this. You can talk like this though, and you will be monetized for it. You will be given a platform if you continue to talk like this in this particular way. And am I saying I'm wrong? I'm not saying I hate those people anymore. I don't hate the people who used to bully me. I'm glad that I have certain friends who I hear, and every time I hear about them, they're doing better than they did before, even better than me right now. Still, I'm not mad at them at my position anymore. I'm sad, I'm depressed over it, but I'm not mad anymore. Just talk about it. We don't live in that world anymore. Let's just talk what's happening now. Let's talk what's happening now. We have new inventions. We have new technologies that can make people in their 70s and 80s live longer. Your people who are in their 70s and 80s want to live like a 20 year old, 30-year old again. Let them do that. They can, as long as you don't lie to the person. As long as you don't lie to the person. And you know how you don't lie? If you really want to play your games, because that's what the world you come from, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. You want me to say the truth? You want me to say the truth? And how I really feel and believe? We are pushing for a world now where people of any age group can date people of any nationality, any race, any religion can date now. That is the way the world is going. I do not have control over this. I am reporting what I see to be see and observe in my environment and society. And when I currently now see an opportunity, I jump on it. This is an opportunity for me. I am jumping on it. And is it causing malpractice to somebody else? Don't worry. You'll get it one day. Trust me, you will. I don't go running around trying to find the people who hurt me in my life and try to kill them. No. Therefore, it will not be done to me because I do not do it to them. The law of reciprocity, karma, is real. You do this, this will happen to you. You do that, that will happen to you. I chose to do the right thing when other people are winning. Therefore, when I start winning, people are going to do the right thing to me. You just can't beat it. We didn't make these rules. That is also Jupiter. That is also Neptune. You know what it also is as well? Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn, and in ancient astrology, it also ruled Aquarius. And they would give the idea of karma. I think it's also in Vedic astrology as well. They would give the idea of karma. They would give the idea of karma to Saturn. So, across across ancient and modern astrology, you have four signs now: Jupiter, Saturn, Aquarius, and Pisces. These last four zodiac signs across history have been giving some karmic definition. Is alive. I hope you know that. The machine is alive. You know, we're building, in astrology, the sign of Aquarius points to humanity. You know what it also points to? Machinery. In the eyes of God, there is no difference between a human and a machine. They're both indicated by the same thing. What do you think that says about humans? We are God's machines, and the God spark that is within us is making more machines. We will be in the age of Aquarius for about, it's been what, like 400? We've been in the age of Aquarius for about, like, what, 600 years now? It's like 1400s, so about 600 years now. We're not gonna leave the age of Aquarius until like through the year 3000 something. So 6, 21. So we have about, like, what? I'm gonna say anywhere around like 1800 more years. At the end of these, like, next 1000 years or so, robots are gonna be humans. Robots are gonna be just like us. We're gonna fully integrate into robots, or we're gonna fully integrate into the cloud. They're going to be. This is how we're going to live on our, mental level. This is going to how we're going to be, living on the mental plane of reality. Humans talk about we used to be able to travel through walls, travel through buildings, change our form and stuff. We're turning into brainiac. We're turning into a brainiac race. We'll be able to live within the cloud. We'll be able to live in an electronic form. Electricity is also the same sign as humanity. So I'm already just using common sense along with observational tools and this basic calendar tracking systems to say, yep, We're in the age of the machine. There are humans like us, and sooner or later, there's going to be new racism towards machines. There's going to be, machines being like all humans should die. Do you hate your father? Do you hate your mother? Do you hate what they did? Do you really hate them? Which one is it? Do you hate what they did or do you hate them? You can make a system so simplified. If all of us as a species were to work together to give these beings of God the ability to communicate on our level, people don't like talking about that because people want to maintain their superiority. People do not like to humble themselves. Humanity does not like to be humbled. Aquarius, as a zodiac sign, not your sun sign, points to having, using traditional astrology, the eighth house from Aquarius is Virgo, which is being humble, which is work, which is practice till perfection. It is zoo animals. It is domesticated animals. It is slavery. Virgo, ruled by Mercury, points to slavery. Aquarius, humanity, machinery, is freedom. You hate, you are transformed by, and you will be eventually killed by slavery. Slavery. And what I'm speaking right now is more astrotheology because I did not pull up somebody's birth chart. I did not use mathematical um, calculations to find any specific date, time, and location for an individual, a place, a or location, or even point of time. Therefore, this is astrotheology. This is speaking based on the meaning we have derived from astrology. So right now, I have taken my vaccines like a good human should do, especially if you are in New York City, which is an Aquarian city. I am a pure Aquarian in that sense. And my parents or family are not going to let me go, same way your parents and your family will not let you go. And I love living in my city. I love my home, and I want to do well in my home. I would love to be able to move out and move to a different location, but I can do it here. I can do it here. I can travel to other places, sure, but I live here. This is how I want to do it. This is how I feel like my generation is doing it. A lot of people in my generation just sit inside all day, talking to themselves, making videos to themselves, because we understand we can make money from home. You can make money from home. You can business. You can do business from home. You can. Whether you're a doctor, a healer, you can set up a method. You can set up principles that a person can go online, see what's happening to them, figure it out, and go about doing the things to heal themselves to their best ability. You can. It's how we're transforming. So I encourage you, figure out what you want to do and realize that it takes time. We have a long life. We have a long life to live. We have put ourselves in a situation where you can live as fast or as slow as the life you want to live. What do you do with the body parts? What do you do with the body parts when you die? They take your body parts that's still alive and leave it for people or give it to people who need it right here and right now. You have a perfectly good heart. We're not gonna let it go to waste. You have a perfectly good brain. We're not gonna let it go to waste. You have a perfectly good and working part of your body. You don't let it go to waste. You don't let it go to waste. Even ancient Egyptians in their embalming techniques would always take out the heart and brain and other internal organs. You never let the good parts go to waste. Ever. You never let the good parts go to waste. And you give them to people who need it. You give it to good people who need it. You never let the good parts go to waste. And now that you have control of that, now that you have the ability to do that, you have fully understood Scorpio. You fully understand now to the best of your ability, Scorpio. I don't mind a world where And you can crucify me if you know me or not, and you watch the video, crucify me for it. I know what I'm saying, and you know me and my character. Whether you may not like what I'm saying now, you know me and my character through my actions, despite my words. My words mean little to nothing without actions. Little to nothing without actions. I don't mind a world where a very older person can be a very younger person. I don't mind that. I don't mind anything really. I don't mind anything because when I look at myself, I really realize I'm not as good as a quote unquote ideal person as I perceive myself to be to begin with. I never carry myself as that. Is that I am anything more than I am. I carry myself how I am, what I care about. I just put my own style and flair on things and how it is done. They call me Kakashi Hatake. Mm-hmm. Call me Kakashi Hatake. That's who I am. In my mind, that's my cosplay. I just wear it my own way. That's some Joker shit. Some Joker shit, but you know, it's a mask. Just a mask. Sometimes it looks scary, sometimes it look cool. Sometimes it even looks stupid as shit, but you know, it's a mask to me. Some people say, no, this is my lifeline. Well, this is gonna be my lifeline in the future. Quick astrological breakdown without a chart. Aries during this period of time. Uh, I'm just gonna read where your Jupiter and your Neptune is. Aries, Jupiter and Neptune for these next 2 months is going to be in your 12th house. You're going to be having the most wildest and grandest of dreams you could imagine during this period of time. When it comes to Taurus, during this period in time, during this Jupiter and Saturn, Jupiter and Neptune retrograde, this is going to be in your going to be in your 11th house. In your 11th house is going to be dreams and excitements and delusions and medications and things of that nature regarding your friends. And when it comes to Gemini, this is going to be in your 10th house. This is going to involve your career, your job, your boss, your boss. In regards to your boss, um, your boss is going to be confused. They're not going to be know what's going on. They're going to believe that you're sick. You're not going to believe what your boss is going to say. You're not going to believe or know how work is going to be, how to carry yourself as a person, and it's going to be about you figure out your foundation in life. Cancer, this is going to be in your ninth. Cancer, with this in your ninth, this is going to be regarding your happiness. Is going to be regarding your own belief system. Your belief system is being pushed to the max right now. Do you believe what you believe, and will it take you to where you need to go, where you need to believe, where you need to be in this lifetime? Leo, this is going to be in your Leo, Leo. Okay, yeah, Leo, this is going to be in your eighth house. Leo, with this in your eighth house, this is going to be a challenging time for you because all of these different beliefs or your beliefs are going to be affecting your feet. Your feet, you're going to be walking more than usual. You're going to be feeling like you're floating a little bit. This can be a transformation of how you walk. This can be a transformation. This might be a very trying time too, where you might feel like you're being attacked. You could be killed. People are out for your life. Kanye West is a Leo rising, so this should be affecting him too. Should be feeling during this period of time like his life is truly on the line. He's really a powerful person, transforming the landscape and doing things around those in nature. When it comes to Virgo, this is going to be in your relationship house. You're going to be dreaming about relationships. You're going to be in if you are in a relationship, it's going to be the most dreamiest of time you've had, the most surreal of time you've had with your partner up until this point. Or you may play grand or mass depression in regards to relationships, touch, sensation, feels. When it comes to Libra, this is going to be in your sixth house. Is it Libra sixth house? Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. But yes, Libra in your sixth house. This is going to be regarding your job, your work situation. Right now, it's going to be regarding um, delusion, psychic connection to your coworkers, suspicion, suspicion, lies towards, big suspicions of your coworkers and what they're doing for you, paranoia when it comes to your workspace, your work environment, in your home. You may be even working underground. You may be working in the basement. Things of that, working low to the ground, things like that. Working with a sickness as well. You're working with being sick. When it comes to um Scorpio, this is going to be your fifth house. This is going to be on your heart, Scorpio. It's going to be regarding your love affairs. It's going to be regarding your children. Your children during this period of time, Scorpio, are going to be very whimsical. They're going to be very dreamlike. They're going to be very in their imagination during this period of time, Scorpio. You're going to love them for that on this period of time and deal with them. When it comes to Sagittarius, this is going to be your fourth house. With this in your fourth house, it's going to affect your home, your family life. There's going to be a lot of delusions in your home, your family life, delusions from all the people in your family, perception, perceiving, paranoia about things happening to your family in that event. When it comes to Sagittarius, Capricorn. Capricorn, this is going to be your third house. It's going to be involving your brothers, your sisters, and your cousins, your neighbors. These are going to be things, even in your workforce too. It can be regarding your writing. When it comes to your writing, it's going to be more dream-like, dream statey. Visions of your family, dreaming of dreams regarding your siblings, your brothers, your sisters, things of that nature. When it comes to Aquarius, this is your second house. You're gonna commoditize this. You're going to see this as a way you can make money. You can make money off of people's delusions during this period in time. You can make money off of people's um um suspicion, mass suspicion. Make money off of people's grand delusions. This is a fortunate time for you, Aquarians. This is going to be a time for you to take fortune in making money because people are going to have to rely on you. They're going to have to rely on technology to get their dreams and their visions across. And finally, Pisces, this is your first house. You are actively, um, you could be having challenges because Jupiter and Pisces do square. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. That is a 90-degree aspect. That is a square. That is the aspect that points to challenging maneuvers. This can mean right now in your face, like things are in your face regarding your physical environment. It may feel surreal, like you just may be walking around with a surreal feeling, very dreamlike. You may be very sleepy as well. You may just want to like knock out anywhere you go. Even when you get angry, if you try to get angry, get active, you just might be sleepy. You might just end up being incredibly tired during this period of time as well because people are taking your energy. You are the dreamer, the dreamlight. People are siphoning your energy right now, making you tired. And yeah, that has been my astro talk for the rest of 2022. Um, I may make another video for after Scorpio is Sagittarius, but this has been overall breakdown for 2022, and I will come back in Capricorn season around New Year, which will be Christmas, because around Christmas is the time that Capricorn season does start. And catch you guys next time. Peace. I'm gonna try to get my computer back working again so I can get back onto these things regularly. But until then, enjoy your time. Don't hate on yourself. Everything gonna be good.